Afternoon, Finn. How are you doing?
I'm good, you?
Yes, not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Listen, we're talking to Steve about a few of the guys, a few of your teammates have had to be sent back to their clubs because of this release agreement. Was there ever any doubt about you being able to play in this game and be released by your club?
Nah, I think it was always fine for me. It's against France, so I'd probably come under the same rules as they do with the French team. So I think for me, it was always going to be okay. At Racing, we've got a couple of boys away already, so it shouldn't change. It shouldn't have changed anything for me. So I was always confident I'd be okay to play this game.
How much are you looking forward to this with the amount riding on it? God knows what it could mean to France. They've got to chase some points, but chance to finish second for Scotland in here as well, which is what most neutrals are probably not going to be focused on.
Yeah, I think it's a massive game for both teams. For us, if we manage to do what we're planning and get to second, then it's the highest finish we'll ever have in the Six Nations, which will be great for us. But obviously France, they're playing to try and win the tournament. So, it's a massive game for both teams, and I think it should hopefully be a great game with both teams chasing sort of bonus points and winning by certain margins. So, I think for a neutral fan, it could be a good one to watch.
And they've just announced in the last hour that the Lions tour is going to go to South Africa. What's your reaction to that? And are you pleased? I mean, obviously, there's a lot of the guys, including yourself, wanting to be on that tour. Are you pleased that it is going to go to South Africa, assuming all goes well?
Yeah, I just heard that there just now, actually. So I've not seen the full release or what got said, but there's some speculation about it being in the UK and travelling around here, which that would have been nice as well, because it would make it easy for family and friends to get there for the Lions boys. But it would have been a very different feeling to the tour had it gone ahead in the UK. So I think it's a great thing that's going to go ahead in South Africa, who are probably the best team, or if not, be up in the top two for best teams in the world, and a country that's so passionate about rugby. I think it would just be a great tour for everyone who's on it.
Is it important that some fans get to see it?
Yeah, I think I was only involved in the last tour for 10 days, and the amount of fans that travel over, they kind of create the environment for the whole tour, I think, and that's what I've heard from other boys who've been on different tours, that the fans really do make the experience. So hopefully by then, fans are able to travel a little bit more from the UK and other areas of the world. But I think we'll just have to wait and see what's going to happen with that as time goes on. As things are changing, so every week or every few weeks things might be changing. But I think we can only hope that fans are able to travel for it.
And what a short window for everyone in the Scotland squad this weekend who might want to try and book a seat on the plane if you can beat France.
Yeah, no, exactly. I think it is. It's great for us to have a shot at France. They're up to third in the world. They just come off the back of a big win against Wales. So for us, we've got a chance this weekend to try and build on what the boys did against Italy last week, and improving our performance from Ireland. Sorry, but I think boys, they might have in the back of their head about the Lions, but this weekend's all about Scotland. We can't be looking ahead to the summer. There's, for me anyway, in the top 14, we've got about 8 club games left, I think, and there's a lot of rugby to be played before this we start worrying about the summer. So we need to make sure that we're obviously focused on this game against France, and if boys perform well, then it'll obviously help our chances for the summer.
Then, because this game's so big, how would you feel about the fairness or lack of it that Scotland can't actually pick their strongest team, or certainly they're limited to the numbers they can get from the English clubs? Is that fair?
Oh, I think it's tough. This is a one-off occasion that this will happen with COVID. I'm not sure what the if it's fair, unfair. I'm not sure. We've just got to kind of prepare as best we can with the players we've got. And there will be a few boys who are gutted that they're not able to be involved in this game. Sean, he's been involved for most of the games in the Six Nations. Jamie Batty, he was back up getting in the game. But we can't think about that as a group of players. We've just got to get ourselves prepared as best we can going into the game at the weekend. And if we, as a group of players and as a squad, if we sit back and look at ifs and buts, it's not fair, it is fair, and all this kind of stuff, that'll just be detrimental to our performance at the weekend, and we need to be solely focused on the game and with who we've got.
So if Scotland bring their A game and France bring their A game, what happens?
I don't know. It's an interesting fixture. I think, I think if you look at stats, we've been playing pretty well. So France, though, we're both attacking well, defending pretty well. It could go either way. I think it could come down to just almost like a bounce of a ball in the night. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully we're ahead a little bit. But it's tough. France, like I said, they played really well last weekend, snatched it in almost extra time when the clock was dead. And they'll be missing a few players from the weekend. One second went off injured. One had a red card. Jalabert's away, so they're missing a few boys. It's tough to pick, but I'm going to back us. But it's tough to pick for a neutral.
And I know you want to park the Lions thing for a wee bit, which is totally understandable. But I'm just wondering, is this Lions tour, when it happens, is that coming round at a good time for you? I mean, do you think you're playing your best rugby? And obviously, you'll be fingers crossed to get picked. But how big could that tour be for you in your own mind?
Like I sort of mentioned, it's a goal for everyone in the UK and Ireland to try and get in that tour. But like I've said before, we can't think too far ahead. I'm feeling playing pretty good rugby just now for club and country. But that's different. That's irrelevant just now. It comes down to what's happening in the summer, and I'm not even sure when they pick the squad. So it's kind of out with my control if I go or not. But I'm just going to have to be focused on first and foremost France, and then building on the end of the season with Racing, and what will be will be.
Fred, I noticed you had a smile on your face when you were talking about the both teams kind of chasing tries and bonus points and the like. Is that the sort of open game that you relish, that you got a chance to express yourself? You think? Yeah,
I do enjoy that sort of game, but I think the majority of people who play rugby and watch rugby will enjoy a game like that. Playing over in Paris, I'd imagine they'd be favourites for the games. We were slightly underdogs, but we go there with a great opportunity for us to finish second. But I think this game will be extremely tough, but an enjoyable game to play in if both teams are playing at their best. And I think these are the games that, as a rugby player, that you do enjoy the most, because there's so much riding on the line. And I think we will have the Welsh fans behind us, especially, but we'll have all our fans back here in Scotland behind us. And they know what's on the line, we know what's on the line, and it should be a great game.
You had any contact from teammates or anybody else in France last year?
Yeah, I spoke with Viramy a little bit. He just asked me if I was playing or not. Asked how the head was. So, and I asked him if he's playing. He said he'll play if I play. So, hopefully see both of us on the pitch this weekend.
Okay, move on to the 10 p.m. embargo now, please.